6 o'clock. You got us on live doing all this crazy stuff.
No, I just pressed the button. Hush.
You funny.
I hope
She will
everything is going right now. Because most of the time we get no. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Hello.
No.
Something ain't right.
There you go. You home?
Yeah, when I pressed this other one, it wasn't right. No.
Hello?
Yep,
Yeah.
Hello?
Nah.
No.
No.
Don't worry about it.
No.
I just
We only got
background.
2 mics working. All right. You are now tuned in to Conscious Community Connections. This is Heather Javon. I am streaming live right now from my Facebook page, and that's Heather Rose. I don't want to confuse y'all. I got too many pages going on, but I make it work. I do. All right, this is WRFU 104.5 FM, Urbana-Champaign. All right, I just need to read my disclaimer, okay? So, WRFU is an open forum for Urbana-Champaign and our online community. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. Oh my, we had a lovely week, but at the same time some things came up, you know, earlier in the week in Champaign-Urbana. We'll get to that, but I want you guys to know and make sure that this particular radio show is every Saturday from 6 to 7:30. I've been doing pretty good. It's been 6 months that we've been going strong, and I pray, hope, and I will keep putting in the work to do another 6 months. Soon we'll be talking about another fundraiser or something. We'll be talking about possibly linking up with other community leaders and members to try to set up certain things in order to like mesh our leaderships together so we can start unifying instead of, you know, talking about everything. Because I'm not a talker, I'm a doer, if you know me well. All right. I do have a special guest, like always. We always interviewing on here. So I have a friend, associate, someone I hooked up with, found her, you know, and she's here today. All right. I think we worked together about 4 years ago. It doesn't seem like 4 years at all. It seemed like yesterday. But about 4 years ago, I met Kelsey, and we were, you know, just dealing with a lot of the youth. And I mean, I really enjoyed my work when I was doing that. But I'm really loving the fact that I'm able to interview people, and I'm able to be me and put it on live so you can hear me. Sometimes I guess I want to hear myself. But anyway. Kiki don't play with me. Yeah, Kiki in the building, and I kicked him under the table too. I stumped his foot. All right, y'all can't see him, but yeah, you know. Tiger is in the building, but he'll be coming up and showing his face soon. All right. It is pretty cool to have you on here, Kelsey. I ran into her at another event. We were selling some items and stuff, and she told me that I needed to get my stuff together.
You gotta push each other.
You know, so
Right.
she bigger than me, and she like, you know,
we
told me to
humble
hurry up and get it together, Heather.
We helping each other. That's all it's about.
For sure. So please introduce yourself. Tell us, you know, who you are, any titles, any little snippets, small stories or whatever. You know, we just need you to introduce yourself to the audience, and, you know, I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm Kelsey. I don't really like titles, but when you are more humble and you don't really look for titles, you get titles.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the site coordinator at Project Success, Vermilion County, the Southview site, which means I run the after-school program. I make sure that they got all the materials that they need, and I'm basically overseeing a staff taking care of other kids, which is what I love to do. Like, I love kids and I love to help them. I'm a mentor. I've coached basketball. I graduated college. I'm a poet. I wrote a book. I'm an author. I'm an extreme thinker, and I'm the founder of Queendom Heart Poetry. A family person, and most importantly, a beacon of love and encouragement. So that's about it.
All right. That's about it. Shoot.
Wait, one more.
Ooh. Oh,
I serve the King, so I'm a Christian.
oh, amen.
Most importantly, I love
For
the
sure.
Lord. So
For sure.
That's it.
Yes. Thank you so much. That's a long list, and most of the time when people, look at the women, even brown women of today, we have a long list of things that we have to, be and do. Even me, I have to tell my kids, like, I'm an alarm clock, I'm your calendar, I'm your chauffeur, golly.
And when you work with kids, you are basically a parent. Like, I have 70 kids that I'm responsible for.
How many?
70.
Oh, yeah.
They don't come every day, but I'm looking after them, popping in their classroom, making sure that they're doing what they need to do, providing them extra stuff. So, got kids that I didn't birth.
Right.
So,
right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I love it. I enjoy it.
Good. Great. That's amazing. I gave you the questions.
I'm just saying.
But, most of the time we go back and forth.
It's all right.
With what's going on. But you being the advocate, the middle person, I should say, the voice for certain, teams where you are. I know you get close to them, and they're like your babies. You know what I'm saying? But with this program, that you said the director, right?
Yes.
Yeah. With this program, what are you guys teaching? What are you guys doing? What type of influence do you have? Like, what is going on in Danville? And how long have you been doing this?
I actually just started this specific job in September.
Okay.
But I've worked in youth development. Like at the Y, I had kids and was coaching already and doing AAU. And then I worked for Head Start for a year. And now I'm working here.
Okay.
But basically, I don't know. Kids gravitate towards me anyway. Yeah. So I'm always encouraging people. So when I was subbing, I was always like pouring into the kids.
Yeah.
Because you want to be what you wanted.
Right.
As a kid.
Right.
Like, I had good parents, but I also wanted mentors. I didn't really have very many of them. I had some teachers that were good or whatever, so I just always try to be what I wanted to them.
Yeah.
So
you answered my question in my head.
What was your question?
I'm going to ask her to start doing what she doing.
Huh?
I'm going to ask her what...
It's necessary, too. Like,
yeah, I'm going to ask her that, but she answered
we can't
it
talk
already.
about the kids being bad or all this other stuff when you won't do the work to pour into them. So I don't do all that talking about them. Even if they are a bad kid, them the kids I love the most. Because that's what they need.
Ain't no such thing, no bad child. It's misunderstood.
Clearly.
So
You act out needing affection in different ways. Everybody can't just say, I need a hug today. Some kids just gonna act a fool. You come here, come holler at me.
Yeah.
You gotta pay attention, and when you pay attention to people, you understand people, you can understand a child.
Yep.
Wow.
Like, it's not that hard.
Wow.
Like, people make it harder than what it is, but also people aren't gifted for it, so you gotta stay in your lane. You can't be getting in this my lane.
Yeah.
You can't get in my lane and drive in my lane. Stay in your lane, do the best that you can with your gift.
Yes.
But I know, like, kids listen to me. Like, I have the effect of coming in the room. Like, I will leave the room, go do something, and they be loud. Literally just did this Thursday. Walked in the room across my arm. Silence.
Respect.
But that's also because I show them love and respect first. You can't teach nobody. You can't teach nobody nothing or do nothing for nobody unless you show them love and respect first.
You can't talk.
So it's just that simple.
Talk at them. You gotta talk to them.
Great.
Most definitely.
Yes, that is amazing. So your program is still going good. Because a lot of programs have been getting cut. But your program looks like you guys are enjoying it and having fun. Because some people, they don't have fun at their job. What are you doing to make it fun? What is it? I mean, I know it's the chemistry,
and
but
I'm a big kid.
Is there a secret? Okay.
So like,
oh, it's coming out now.
Yeah, I'm a big kid. I'm always trying to just do stuff to have fun and enjoy it. And if I'm bored, I know you bored.
Yeah.
Because I like to enjoy myself and have conversation, all that stuff. There are certain things that we have to do because of what our grant says or whatever to pour into the kids, but we can make it fun.
Right.
So like, we have staff versus student dodgeball.
Oh, I seen that.
I won.
Yeah.
So
Hands
I'm like,
down.
yeah. And you hype them up because kids don't even like to play sports or nothing now.
Yeah.
But if you hype it up and then you join with them, then they like, oh yeah, you doing it, I'm doing it.
I'm finna tag you, Miss
We
Kelsey.
had a poetry, like I was like, everybody write a poem. And they like, I don't want to do it. I said, I'm going to do it with y'all.
Okay.
And I'll be like, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, like, you just get them going and join with them and encourage them, not just tell them, show them.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't tell me the way, show me the way.
Yeah.
So I do that, a lot of showing them different stuff. And it's just, and my staff is great. Like, I love my staff.
Great.
Like, I feel like I got the best staff because they really care about the kids. It's not just, you just here for a check. Like, they love these kids, and every day they show up. They don't even got to do this. And some of them are older. But they still in there running around and getting with the kids. And if you show them that you care, it'll be great. Everything will work out. And do it sincerely. Don't just
do it because you get paid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about, like, I enjoy my check, but that's not what I'm doing.
Exactly. That passion is there, and that's why I'm going, because the kids, they're giving me that good energy, that positivity that I'm looking for, you know? And so we just matching the positivity, and we're just going with it.
Pretty much.
I love
that's
that.
all it is to it.
Yeah.
And then they know when something's wrong with you, too. That's what I love about kids.
Right.
Like, adults could walk past you, don't care nothing about you.
Yeah.
Having a bad day, I'm walking past, Miss Kelsey, come here. And they give you a hug. They just know.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I love kids, because they just know, like, how to spread love. And they teach me a lot about, like, forgiveness, because you could yell at them, and the next second they back hugging you.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to be more like them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I just learned from them.
I learned a lot when I was doing I did Too Good for Drugs, Too Good for Violence for almost 3 years. But I learned I had to be more patient. You got to be more patient in a room of 30-something kids, you know? And then you can't take your anger out on them. So it's like, don't do that to them. And then I had to think about it like, man, this kid probably having a bad day because they family, probably ain't got something going on, you know? So,
and that too, that helps me a lot. Like, I show them a lot of compassion, and I try to understand where they're coming from, and I watch and I learn the kid. It's not just yelling at them and trying to correct them. Like, you gotta know what they got going on,
right?
Because some kids, they don't got food at home, so you upset or something going on. You got in a fight with your mom or don't have a mom. Like, you gotta factor in all of that and tailor it to each kid.
Right.
And what I try to do is, like, show them love in different ways for each kid, because you don't know what's going on. And I get really offended when people talk down on kids. Even the quote unquote bad kids. Like, you don't know what that kid going through.
Right.
It ain't that they bad. It's what they're going through is acting out in a bad way.
Yeah.
And if you can pull them to the side and have a conversation with them, that same energy you used to talk bad about them, you can use to correct it.
Right.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. You got some questions, Kiki?
Not yet.
Not yet.
What age limit kids you work with?
Right now I have 5th and 6th grade, so 11, 12.
You at the peak.
Catch them before.
Yeah. So, like,
Good.
Besides games, what other activities and poetry, what activities?
Man, we got a cooking club. So we're supposed to teach them, like, it's enrichment. So we're supposed to teach them stuff that they need to know in life, but they probably not getting at home. So we teach them, like, little survival skills, like how to make pizza bagels. Like, you get a regular bagel, put some sauce on there, put some pepperoni, put the cheese, and put it in the oven. You got a meal.
Right.
So we teaching them little stuff like that. We're about to start a gentleman's club. Teach the little boys how they supposed to pull out chairs and do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Do what they got to do.
Respect women,
And we teaching the girls how to be ladies, how to accept that.
Yeah.
Because we don't got enough. A lot of women who know how to accept a man holding the door. Like, you can be independent, but allow a man to be a man.
See, that's good you said that.
Right
no, because that's good you said it.
You got to let it happen.
I was doing some research today, and I ran across my girl.
I'm mad we can't hear you.
Well, y'all hear me? That's good. I ran across my girl on Facebook, and she was talking about women feminists, how they choose men. Some women choose men that a lot of women choose men they can take care of because they know they can talk down that man and treat that man like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't need to do all that.
Yeah, but when you got a man, when you got a good man that on the square, they don't know how to accept it because they so used to taking care of a man or doing something, and they whole avenues and everything just throw it off. Their universe throw it off because they know this man can go somewhere, but the man they taking care of can't go nowhere, so they can
Right.
dog him, talk to him any kind of way.
Yeah.
I got my girl in
And
the
it's
hands.
crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But that's how it is. And
That's
you
good
are
thing-
programmed like that.
That's a
too.
good thing you teaching them kids that now, because they took all that out of schooling. When I was young in school in 5th, 6th grade, you had home ec.
They ain't got none of that.
Yeah, you had shop class.
We didn't even have that. And I graduated high school in 2011. They had taken it out before I got there.
Do they have home ec?
Oh,
See, we had home ec. We had a shop
They used to have
class.
sewing class and
Well,
stuff. They got
yeah.
welding, but they don't have like
We had
Oh,
wood class.
shoot.
We had all type of class to teach you.
But
A
them
trade,
little
but-
small things and hobbies,
helpful.
Yeah,
They're
real
helpful.
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm glad we talking about this. So those little things that they're taking out of school, even PE,
It's a release.
you know what I'm saying? It's a release, but then it gives you something to look for. And you know, if you got a hobby, you can turn that into your business.
Clearly.
But they're still
They
trying to
don't do
keep
that.
us as employees rather than employers.
See, that's a good.
You feel me?
See,
Yeah.
I love
If you
art
read,
and making stuff.
if you read any Napoleon Hill books called
Napoleon Hill.
Outwitting
He
the Devil,
talking about
you remember
Napoleon
that
Hill.
conversation with the devil, interview with the devil, Tiger?
What is the name
You ever
of
read
it?
that book?
Enemy
He-
of the Devil.
Interviewing the devil.
Interviewing the Devil.
That's interviewing the devil, right?
isn't
Outwitting the
there-
devil is outwitting the devil, interviewing the devil. Tiger,
He said out.
Outwin the Devil.
outwitting.
Outwin
Outwitting
the
the
Devil.
And
Okay.
and he got a piece in that book.
And I think you could do the audio. It's on audio
yeah,
too.
and he got a
through
chapter in that book
YouTube.
telling why they took
So
a lot of things out of the schools to help children when they get older.
Yeah.
The more focus. If you can focus a child on something that they don't want, that's how you destroy a child. When you keep the stuff that like you say, doing stuff with your hands and make a child
I'm
want.
gonna need for you to get on the no. You gotta get on the
Get on
mic. Don't
Facebook.
even do it. No, just because. Just because it's on Facebook, you need to roll over.
But yeah, it's like if you can get a child to. I got a question to ask you too, Tiger. If you can get a child to work their mind instead of doing like, if a child don't find something to do that they
Gotta
like,
capture their
attention. And so them type of classes they had in school to capture children's attention, like building stuff. You know, when you at the age of 5th grade, 6th, 7th grade, that's what at your peak you start really developing things you like.
Right.
And so if you have a child doing things that they like, actually like that's how they achieve. But the society for us is now it's like, well, we don't want these children to succeed, so we're gonna take these things from them and teach them our way of things that don't even grab their attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that book, that's a good book to read.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Look, I need
That's a
to
good book to
figure
read.
something
That's
out real quick. Hold on.
That's a
I'm
great
gonna
book
press
to
the
read,
button
man. I
real
think
quick.
everybody should
Figure
read that
something out. Nah, it's still not working.
That's
crazy.
thing.
So I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with my. It's always something wrong with one of the mics, right?
What's the best meal y'all cook in your class, and who cooked the best, boys or girls?
Well,
What? Oh no! Don't even try.
we don't
You trying to
have
start stuff.
who cooks the best meal because we all cook the same thing. We are gonna try to. I thought of having a chopped club so
Oh,
that
wow.
like they can compete against each other because we like to compete.
Yeah.
And kids
Yeah.
love to compete, and that keeps them going.
Yeah.
But we haven't done that yet.
That'd be great.
Honestly, the best meal that we made was jambalaya, which was last Monday.
You got the kids making jambalaya?
No, I had my mother make jambalaya for them because we didn't have enough time. We only have 2 hours, so you know that take a while. You got to cook all the stuff
Yeah,
and
well, I
put it
see you got
together.
to-
Yeah.
So I had my mom make it and bring it to them because we're Black History. You got to start with the month and then they'll celebrate themselves throughout the year. So I was teaching them like about New Orleans and all that stuff. So my mom made it and they loved it. But for them, that the best meal they probably cooked, probably pizza bagels. Because they made a lot of like trail mix and started up with trail mix and like sweets.
Do they show a lot of interest in that stuff?
They love it. Clearly, and you know people love food.
Yeah, I know I do. I can't speak
I
to
was
that.
just finna say
They
it.
love
Oh
some
my
food.
goodness.
Don't pass
You
me the
know,
bill,
you
I'll be
you bring
got
something
that.
up here every time.
What else
Tell
we
me.
got? We got what? Literacy club. They got reading books or whatever.
What kind of books
We
they read?
got STEM club. All kind of books, whatever books they really want. Like we let them read what they are interested in to start off with, and then I was gonna have them. We had them like write poetry a couple days, just teaching them different ways they can express themselves besides getting in trouble.
Yes,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
definitely. Most definitely.
So they've been buying into that, and they said they wanted to have an open mic at our program, so we're working on that.
Okay, that'll be perfect. I like that. That'd be perfect. So let's get to the,
I got another question.
You got another question?
Yeah. So are these troubled kids or kids
Kids in general.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
any kids can
You know
come.
how they label our children.
Yeah.
So
You know.
it's open for the community.
It's open to all the kids at the school. We have different sites. So like Northridge has a site, Southview has a site, the elementaries have a site. So the kids in that age group get any kid in the building.
So you don't select them. So you just
I let every kid come.
Okay.
Because I ain't just it's all the kids.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care what race you are. Come on.
Yeah.
But I am gonna teach each kid like we did Hispanic. We're gonna do Hispanic history, Black history. We're gonna teach about women's history. Like we diverse. I'm trying to make it culture.
Yeah.
I never heard women's history before. What's that about?
Women's History Month is in March.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where you just celebrate women.
Nice.
You gotta get
No, I
celebrated,
celebrate women every day, but
You should.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like
I didn't know y'all had a month.
They use those months to start it up. Cause everybody like think about kids they don't know. And my parents told me something about Black history, but they parents might not be having the same.
Right.
So like I said, I'm starting the kids off learning about Black history now to make them interested and to enjoy who they are. So then you get to ask more questions so that we can celebrate ourselves.
See, me, I understand the part about Black history.
Look now.
No, we talking.
You not on the mic.
Can't hear me.
You feel me?
People can't.
You ain't on the mic.
People can't.
He not on the
You
mic.
see, I understand.
He not on the mic.
I understand Black history, but I'm a Moorish American, so I don't celebrate it like that because of my religion. But when you teach the culture about their history, you go from the beginning or you go for the American history, African American history.
I look up stuff that we didn't even learn
Wow,
in school.
that's good.
Because
I don't know. You know,
that's what I'm talking about. You ain't
books,
teaching.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Now you answer my question. Yeah.
Books don't teach you everything about your history. Books don't teach everything in general.
Yeah.
You're teaching us what you want us to know.
Exactly.
So I have a friend that she studies African American history. So I asked her, what are the people that we don't study? So she gave me some list of people we don't study. Then I'm going and looking on the internet. She giving me stuff from books that she found, and then we're piecing it together. I ain't telling them this is what it is.
Right.
I'm giving you an idea of who people are, and then you form your own idea of what you think it is.
Yeah.
See, the
Because
thing,
you want them to be thinkers. You don't want them to.
So you just go. You don't go from the continent of Africa. You just go from Americans.
She went from the continent of
Yeah,
Africa
see, that's
to
why I
tell
wanted-
me
yeah.
this stuff.
Okay. That's the true history.
She started telling about that, and then like we were just seeing different people, like inventors. Some people took the stuff and pretended like they invented it.
Yeah,
So we learning who really invented it.
Right.
So
yes.
you don't teach them that they come from slavery, then, right? Look, I'm asking these questions. But that's what they teach you in school.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
When I tell you we teaching the TI truth, we teaching the truth.
Okay,
we ain't
that's
teaching
okay.
what the
I'm
book say
asking.
because
Yeah.
they tell.
That's
That's
what
where we
started
started at in the book.
Yeah.
We didn't even start with the good stuff. You took us and created us to be slaves.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just asking.
So we ain't even talking about slavery. You know about that
exactly.
already.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want to, and I ain't trying to throw no shade, but I don't want to talk about Martin Luther King either, because you know about Martin Luther King. We talking about
I like you.
stuff that is not in the book.
Yeah.
People that we didn't talk
I
about.
like it.
Yes. Black
So that's
history.
what that is. Like,
Black history.
I want them to know who they are. Like, go let me
true.
spark a flame in you so you go
Yeah.
research, because it took me a while to be like that.
A lot of us, none of us get overnight.
Clearly, but I'm just saying, if I
They
can
get it
get
now.
little kids to,
do it now, learn it now. If we all
They'll
can
be
learn
further.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the true growth, because you teaching the truth instead of these false lies that everybody got going. This propaganda, this big propaganda war we still got going on.
Yeah. System.
Got to break that cycle.
And system and cycle. Yep.
clear.
Yep.
We gotta teach them.
Yeah.
As much as we know, like all the stuff I know, I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And
trying to
that's
give you
good.
the cheat codes.
Yeah.
Cheat code?
That's good. That's
Cheat
good.
code, okay.
Because it took me a while to even figure out. I'm like, well, with the Black History Month, that was like,
That's
it's
cool,
set up
but it's not
for
good enough.
what, why, and just only in February. But then when I started researching and being an undergrad, I started looking up stuff and trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why wasn't I taught this?
Yeah.
Or why didn't you teach me this back in the day? Where even like the Thanksgiving thing, gosh, it's just like, why did you set it up to where I thought when I was a little kid that it was okay to be an Indian, and you know, you guys are sitting down eating a big meal together, but you totally forgot to tell me about all the buffalo you killed, all of the Indians that you killed and did whatever else. Why didn't you tell that part? You know, like, I need to start teaching these kids now, you know.
Right, and I ain't gonna say I know everything, but everything that I know, I'm telling them, and I'm learning new stuff every day. So
I don't know everything.
Yeah, I'm just, to be honest, like, I just started looking at a whole bunch of Black history stuff like the last couple of years. So just learning who I am, I want them to know early, like, research everything that people tell you ain't true.
Yes, most definitely. Oh, a lot of stuff ain't true. A lot of stuff ain't
they
true.
teach you in school about ain't true.
A lot of stuff ain't true. So
Boy, it ain't helpful.
And it's
teach
good.
Me how to budget a checkbook. Don't teach me nothing about no algebra. What I'm gonna do with that?
It's a distraction and a diversion or whatever else you wanna
make you sound like you're stupid. That's all it is. Yeah. Foolishness.
I know. So, I wanted to talk about and touch on you being an author and doing poetry and stuff like that. So why did you choose to become this particular, you know, person, you know, and start writing and start, you know?
Interesting question. I don't feel like I chose to be it. This is who I am.
Ooh,
so ever since I was little, I've always journaled and wrote, and because I don't like to express myself verbally. I'm just now getting into it, so I'm like comfortable with it now. But I always like journal stuff because we're preachers' kids. So like people will watch us, and I didn't like talking in front of people because I'd be like, I don't want to say the wrong stuff, and then people be looking at me like, or go back and think that my parents bad parents or whatever. So you got to be careful how you do stuff. So I always wrote how I felt. And then I didn't know how to communicate what I felt all the time. So I would always journal all the time. And then I started writing in like 3rd grade because I had a teacher who always talked about poetry, and then English was my favorite subject. So like English, I was in it, paying attention, and then we wrote poems. And I actually made my first poetry book in like 3rd grade, and I just found it like not too long ago. I was like, boy, that's crazy.
Did you read it? It was like,
it was trash.
Ooh, it was. Dang. Hey.
It was trash, but it's okay.
We got to start
from the beginning. 3rd grader, though.
You know?
Yeah, that's why I was like, you know, it is for what it was, but it was
good for that era.
It was. But I'm just like, this trash.
You just evolved. You got better.
Hey, yes.
So, I don't know. And then, like, I don't know. I always been, like, goal-oriented. And, like, plan. A little bit OCD with planning because I made a whole life plan in, like, 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
Like, my whole life. And I'm like, boy, like, literally each age was on there. And I forgot all about it until, like, 2 years ago. And I found it. I'm like, boy, like, what the world? And I looked at it and I was, like, crossing off stuff. Like, I've accomplished some of the stuff on there. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, this dope.
Wow.
Like, you 7th, 8th grader, why would you even think to do that?
You got a plan.
Yes.
And then I looked at it, and on there, I flipped it over, and it said, write a book. So I'm thinking when I'm old, because, you know, you live life, you know a lot, blah, blah, blah. It didn't say what kind. And then I was, like, going through some stuff and start back writing again. So then it just happened to be a poetry book, and I just decided to go ahead and go for it.
Yes.
So here I am.
Great. Some people, you know, get stumbled and kind of stuck. You know, was there something that kind of like pushed you and motivated you to do actually it, or was it all within you? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, whenever you do something new, it's not as easy for you to just do it all the time. So it was like, it made me nervous, but at the same time, I felt like I was supposed to do it. And what really pushed me to actually do it was me subbing in the district. I was at the high school and just talking to some kids and telling them, like, you could be what you want to be and you can do what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you that you need to be a certain thing. If you want to be whatever, go for it. As long as you're doing something positive and moving in the right direction, you'll be fine.
Yes.
And then I was, like, sitting in there and I was on a break and I'm like, did I do everything I wanted to do?
Right.
Because I don't believe in being a hypocrite. Like,
yeah, for sure.
if I'm telling you and I'm preaching to you, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing too. So then I thought about it. I'm like, let me go back and look at some stuff and see if there's things and dreams that I have that I didn't accomplish. And one of them was writing the book and picking up back writing, because when you get in college, you kind of can't do all your hobbies like you want to.
Right.
And I played basketball, so between college basketball and being a student athlete, I had no time to really do that.
Yep.
Like, I would be tired all the time. So when I went back, I'm like, yeah, I got a couple things I got to go back and do. So it really pushed me. Talking to them pushes me.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then also I had, like, my parents be, anything I'm doing, and my brothers, like, they be, go ahead, go for it. Like, they be supportive. So that, when you have support from your family and just, like, you want to be, I always try to encourage other people too. Yeah. So I be thinking, if I don't do what I know I can do, somebody else not going to do what they know they can do. Right. So sometimes you got to be the first person to step out on faith. Yeah. Yeah. And then the next person be like, well, she did that, so I know I can do this. So it was really like, I know that it's bigger than me. Like, it was for me, but I knew it was bigger than me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And people are watching you. You feel me?
Clearly. And so if they watching already, I might as well do what I'm supposed to be doing and make a positive impact. Okay.
Yep. So where you think where you get that skill from?
Man, I don't keep going back and forth. You ain't gonna have no choice.
We get a question. Somebody said, "What's the name of your book?" Sorry.
Chapter 24, Her Heart.
And that is by Kelsey Coleman.
Where do you think you got your skill from? Your mom or your dad to write that life plan? Because a lot of people, because you said you wrote it using 7th grade.
7th or 8th, one of those.
People that young, where you got from watching your mom, your dad, or?
I feel like, not to make it all religious, I feel like God had me do it for a reason.
Yeah, He speaks to you.
One. Yeah. 2, my parents, they've always taught me to have a plan or have, like, backup plans. Like, if something don't go right, what you gonna do next? Because my plan was be in the WNBA.
You still can go, can't you?
I can, but the way I'm set up, I'm a little too old to be out here jumping around and stuff. My knees, like, they are kind of bad. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I got another question. I ain't gonna get you started. I would dunk on you, though.
Don't do that.
Okay, do you teach that to your children about a life plan? You talk to them about life plans?
In increments. They're younger, like, they're 5th and 6th grade. So I tell them, first of all, with these age group of kids, like, when we were younger, we were like, we knew what we wanted to do. Like, we had a dream and a vision. We're starting from scratch with these kind of kids because not all of them have parents at home that are, like, you have parents pouring into you, telling you, you could be whatever you want, blah, 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 blah. So I'm basically playing the role of a parent. So I'm telling them you can be what you want. And then once they get that part, I can kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why we had a different club, so that they can find out what is it that you're good at.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because everybody don't know how to write a life plan.
You gotta. It ain't. I get it. Everybody don't know how, but it ain't even about that. You just start. Like, what do you want to be? I want to be, like, my thing was like, by in 8th grade I want to graduate with all A's. In 9th grade I want to have all A's by the end of the semester, and I want to make the basketball team. In 10th grade, I want to do this. By 11th grade, I want to know what I want to major in. Blah, blah. Like, it was just little steps. It wasn't all, like, literally fancy stuff. Like, it was just little bitty things. Little goals, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
So you got to start. Like, I got to start from scratch with these babies.
Yeah. Because, like you said, the parent might be missing a dad at the crib,
or working too much. Like,
mom working too much,
or some of them haven't been taught that, or they do that with their kid. But sometimes you need to reinforce it because, like, you want people outside of your home to help you too. So they ain't all bad parents. It's just they don't. They might not know, or they might not be able to reach the kid like they want to. So just start from somewhere.
Right. Great. So we talked about a little bit of your book, and it's pretty much all. Is it all poems? All poems.
This one is all
telling
poetry.
A story though, or it's
to me it's telling a story. Okay, but it might not be telling a story to others.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I went through a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm a thinker, and I process stuff all the time. So I was going through a whole stage of, I didn't get into grad school like I wanted to. And then I didn't feel like I was supposed to just be at the Y or all that stuff. Like, that's not all I want to be. So I'm going through all these life changes and a whole bunch of stuff and stuff happening. You know how life hit you.
Yeah.
So I was processing all of that.
Yeah.
In the time, and then that's when I started picking up back poetry. So I just wrote poems like as steps to growth, basically, to me.
Okay.
And to get over like my fear of letting people read stuff, my fear of caring about what people think, like all of that. So it just really, to me, it tells a story.
Yeah.
It might not. Yeah. Use your voice. So
Okay.
Might not tell a story to y'all, but to me it do, and that's all that matters.
So you enjoy writing poetry, or?
I like to write poetry. I write songs.
You sing?
A little bit, but I ain't gonna do that today.
Nope. I wasn't gonna ask you to sing.
Yeah, right.
I'm just meddling.
No, I about to ask to say a poet. I like poetry.
But yeah, I write poetry. I write songs. I used to write short stories when I was little, but I haven't done that in a while.
So since you deal with the youth, and you see the growth in them, right? Like, how long you been dealing with 5th and 6th graders?
September.
Since September? Oh, so you just started doing this?
This specific job, yes.
Okay.
But I worked with like 6th through 8th. I worked with little kids. I worked in Head Start. I subbed everywhere.
Okay. So you see the process of the children nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So you hear about that fight in Urbana school?
A little bit, briefly. Like, do you, like, the children that you work with, do you follow their progress, or? Yes. I get their progress reports. I get their behavior reports. Their teachers have my email. So, like, if they have a problem, they email me. Basically, my program is extra support for the teacher and the parent and for the kid.
Great.
So, like, I have parents call me and let me know what's going on with their kid, or they ask questions like, has he been doing this and this? And I'm like, yeah, let me know. I'll keep them. We basically hold them accountable.
Yeah.
See, that's
everybody
I
accountable.
ain't got to ask the question, because I want to ask about the parents being involved. And you,
for the most part, I have parents that are actually involved in their kids' life.
And what's the name of the program again?
Project Success.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a pretty cool program. I enjoy it.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
I can tell what you talk about. You enjoy it. That's good.
And you said you have like 70 kids?
Yeah, I have 70, about 66 to 70 enrolled right now,
Yeah.
but they all come on different days. So most of the time I have 30 at a time.
Okay. That's great. And I do believe that mentorship or just having that extra person help you kind of like guide your kid towards success is great and wonderful. I really do think that we need a little bit more of that, in Champaign-Urbana, and I do believe that having more brown people involved inside the school is great.
Most definitely.
Even out in the after
school. It's not as many black teachers. No. Not as many brown at all. Nowhere.
No.
So
not at all.
How you gonna relate to my kids?
How? You don't look like us, then you might not talk, You
might not understand the struggle they're going through either. Because I didn't go through the same stuff as them, but I can relate to it because I know somebody that did. Or I can have compassion towards the situation. A lot of people, besides the black and the white and all of that, people lack compassion in general.
Yes.
When it's not me, I don't care. But that's not how life goes. That's not being a human. A human is having compassion for everybody. I care about everybody's feelings. We might not even be friends, but if you're going through something, I will take the time. Hey, I'm sorry for your loss or whatever's going on. You need anything, I pray for you, even if that's the only thing I can do. So when you don't have compassion, you can't relate to nothing. Then you already not brown, so you don't get it.
Yep. I seen a lot of stuff, when I was going to the schools around Champaign-Urbana, and I went to all the middle schools, and you'll have that same teacher in each and every school saying the same thing to these brown students. You going to jail.
But see,
you bad.
You gotta look how they label.
Just certain things, and it's like every single, like that character was at every single school.
You gotta see how these.
But it's everywhere.
You gotta see it's all over the United States.
For sure.
World. You gotta see how the Caucasian people handle our children. First of all, they treat them like adults. they treat them like adults.
Mm-hmm.
They treat them like they're supposed to know something
Mm-hmm.
and talk to them like an adult. Like if
Mm-hmm.
little Johnny do something, little Johnny having a bad day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if one of our kids do something, oh, he know better than this and that. It's like the news. The perfect example. If you read the news, like the other day I was doing something, some research on some news stuff because I was telling somebody at work about it and I had to find stuff. Like if a young teenager, Asiatic brother do something, say he's 14 and 15 years old, he gonna get labeled as an adult. They're gonna say young man.
Yeah.
So if a teenage Caucasian boy do something, they're gonna say teenager or kid.
Yeah.
Then I saw a newspaper article, right? A 14-year-old boy, 14-year-old Asiatic boy, he kicked somebody, they label him as a thug. A 14-year-old Caucasian boy killed somebody, they label him as a teenager. So it's all how they treat our children. Yeah, and then you got everybody else looking at that. They do it unconsciously. I was at work talking to somebody, talking to the car. He's like, no, they don't do that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna show you some stuff.
They don't understand.
Then he's like, why?
It.
He's like, why I ain't know that? I said, I know you don't know because you live in your world, and it don't affect you, and you ain't gonna pay attention to it. Like for a long time they say y'all just complaining. No, it's right there in the writing. Like for instance,
here.
if you look like all these like police officers, if you do your research on police killing, 80% of the police killing is from Caucasian people that kill police officers. Like 20% is Hispanic, Chinese, Asiatic, and other races. That's all in that 20%. So why is it if a police officer pull me over, first thing they pull out is a gun, but they pull a Caucasian over?
And they want to talk them down.
Yeah, see, it's all in wordplay. If another instance, how they label them kids at Urbana, they say they're fashionists. You know what that means? They organize and stuff. You be a fashion, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a gang, they're a gang. Basically, call them a gang. They can't say it. They call them a gang.
They was calling them a gang.
Even though it is a gang, you don't label it like that. Like go back, do your history. Go when they did that Caliban shooting, they labeled them as teenagers.
Right.
They were troubled teens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
in the media, they be
they
got
those. Media got a lot of wordplay.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's why you are supposed to do your own research.
For sure.
Then like you got a good thing going. How you teaching them now, and you talking to them like they're kids. You treat them like kids.
Yeah.
Then another thing, we gotta have them treat them like they're grown.
That's
too,
what I'm finna say. You can't say just them.
Yeah, we do too.
It's
I'm
a lot
breaking
of
down
us.
to it. Yeah,
it's a lot of us. You gotta realize. Like I was talking to a couple of teachers, and I'm like, you expecting a 10, 11, 12-year-old to know what your 50-year-old self know. Why? That don't make sense. Didn't you have to learn it?
Yeah.
Give them the same grace you had.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Like, nah, you can't expect that. And I try, like, even if I have a moment like that, I check myself because I'm like, no, you a kid. Like, let me break it down for you.
Yeah, we slip.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was supposed to have been there, my disclaimer.
What time is it?
All right. This is Conscious Community Connections. All right. This is Heather Javon. We got Kiki in the building. We also have Kelsey Coleman in here. And we're just chopping it up, talking, discussing things as far as like the Urbana fight that just happened earlier this week. We've talked about Kelsey's book, and what was the title again?
Chapter 24, Her Heart.
Chapter 24, Her Heart. And also how she has been doing a wonderful job with her program. She's the director of Project Success. I ain't have to ask her. I had to use my head on that. All right, but this is 104.5 FM Urbana Champaign. All right, you're tuned in to WRFU. This is an open forum for Urbana Champaign and our online community. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. Okay, we have a lot of people that were really talking about the Urbana high school fight and how the students were treated, how one teacher, I do believe, she got injured, and I also attended the Urbana board meeting in which they were discussing about maybe possible things that may happen in the future with these teens, but also they were hearing what the community had to say, you know. And within the first 10 minutes, we had two ladies or women that spoke on how they were fearful of going to school, or, you know, their kid attending school. And then we had one brown brother that got up there and basically told them that the reason why this is happening is because you're not letting us in the school. And he was referring to himself as he was a felon. He'd been incarcerated for like 17 years and everything. And he was basically telling them that I'm not here for any money. You just need to let me in so we can at least talk to our, you know, our brothers, our cousins. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get in there. But it's always some loop, hoop, obstacles that we have to go through in order to get to the community's children. Right. You know? So we're trying to help. But I guess we need a PhD. I guess we need all these credentials. I guess we need to be and have a clean record. I guess we got to have all these things in order to talk to the community kids.
You don't need all that.
Come on.
Honestly, truly, yeah, I would love for more of us to be in the schools. However, mentoring and getting to the kids is not just in the school. You see a kid on the street, that's an opportunity to talk to them. Yeah, I talk to people in the store. I talk to people passing by. Like, once you show people love and respect, then you get to know them a little bit. Right. So I see people and see kids that I sub for or whatever, walking in the store. How you doing? You good? Yeah. That's an opportunity to talk. Right. And when they're talking and telling you their problems, then you get a chance to mentor. Yeah. So if they ain't gonna let you in the schools, go to the community, talk outside. Right. You could get a summer thing going at a park. Have an event where you talk to people, but the problem is getting the kids to come there. Yeah, for sure. So if you're doing it with the right intentions and with the good vibes and with the intentions of helping and loving, kids will come, but you put it out there so that people will bring their kids. Right. Like, if they're not gonna let you in school, figure out a way around it too. Okay. You, by all means, we got to make sure that we're doing what we can do. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people, until you get in there. So it starts anywhere. Okay. Walmart, Dollar General. Yeah, yeah. Passing, you see a kid walking, hey, you need a ride. Right. If you know him, give him a ride. Talk to him. Like I said, the same energy you use to tear down somebody is the same energy you can use to encourage them. Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna tell you bad. I'm gonna talk to you about why you good. Right, right, right. Yeah. Simple. Yeah, yeah. Simple. Simple solution. Stop talking about it. Do it. Be about it. Problem. You know, be a solution to the problem. Yes. And it just, like you said, it's real simple to just, if you see that little young guy at the gas station, at Walmart, and at the Dollar Tree, you know, say something. Encourage them. You know, introduce yourself. That's what they really need. Some love and encouragement. Like, all their life, somebody been telling them they bad. Yeah. Yeah. But the moment you tell them they good, they get confused. Like, why you telling me that? Right. And then you got them. Right. That's an opportunity to be like, I'm going to tell you why you good. Right. Tell them X, Y, and Z. Then every time they see you, they looking forward to talking to you because you're the one person that's not giving off bad vibes in their life. Right. That's great. Well, that's what we need to start doing, and that's easy and simple. Okay? Very easy and simple. So I know we had a long list of things. We go with the flow. I sent her five basic questions, but we don't never stick to the script. You know, I do have maybe one more question, but I don't know what to ask. I'm reading off your little cheat sheet right here. Blank paper. Little cheat sheet. You know?
Did you hear about youth and the violence?
Oh, no, not yet. All right, so I know for a fact, back in the day when I was coming up, Danville was the woo. They were getting down when I was coming up, for real, for real. Like, you couldn't No, nobody could go over there to Danville from Champaign. It probably still is, but you know, Danville come over here. You know, we
bang. That's what they say about it over here. So I don't know. I don't got beef. So
but I don't even think it was probably nothing though.
I don't know about all that. Like, what's the problem?
I don't think it was nothing.
I think people just make stuff more than what it is.
I don't think it was nothing.
Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah. I think it's like you rep your set and we going in, you ain't from over here, or this our block or something. And that was like something that was passed down from years ago, and we just gonna keep it going. You feel me? Because back in the day, Central and Centennial go at it, you know, and still to this day, it's like
rivals.
You from Central? Like, nah, I'm sorry, O2 Centennial, baby. Yeah, all right.
She played too much. She had to plug that in there. But it ain't like that. People make stuff more than what it is, basically. So I ain't got no beef with Champagne.
Okay. Well, I know there's been some like shootings, fights, whatever it is. We hear about different things, but you know, we got the same issues going on. You know,
like it's everywhere, so we ain't no different from y'all. Actually, we a little smaller, if you ask me, and it's less stuff to do. Like I said, for our kids, so we all dealing with the same issues.
Right.
We just trying to figure out how we gonna fix it.
Right. Right.
So we gotta figure something out.
So do you think more unification? What's another solution other than speaking? You know, to the kids or engaging or, you know.
They need something to do.
They need something to do. I've been hearing a lot of
When you don't have nothing to do, what do? Get in trouble.
Get in trouble.
Because it's easy to find trouble.
Yeah.
It's not easy to find something for you to do to keep you out of trouble. So if we get those times where we mentor them kids and start with the encouragement and showing them love and respect, then you find out what their interest is.
Right.
Start something for them to do.
Right.
A club or something. Like we have, during the summer, we have a basketball league. A lot of our kids like basketball. They play basketball at Garfield Park.
Okay. Everybody
come. That's something for them to do. Even though some stuff still just happens. That's something to keep those kids occupied.
Right.
So then somebody else needs to start something else. Like once you give people what to do, then they'll be fine. Like we'll be having that unification. You got to get that time to just give them different things. Like you can't, just like when people talk about people selling drugs, if they don't have a job, what are you going to do? I don't agree with it. Yeah. But if you can give him a job, he'll stop.
Exactly.
So the solution is find something for them to do, and they'll stop doing certain things. Right. Now, there are certain people that just like to do what they do.
Right, right.
But I guarantee you probably 85% of the people wouldn't be doing bad things if they had something else to do, or if they felt like they had some hope. Yeah. I had kids who didn't feel like they had hope in doing different things. And I would have to keep telling them over and over, and it was like, why don't you? Well, I had to think about it. That's not how you grew up, first of all. Second of all, you don't have nothing else to do. Nobody's hiring you. So it's a blessing to be in a position where you can hire people. Right. So then it's like, okay, well, if I give you this job, will you? Right. Yeah. That's all I need is an opportunity. Everybody just needs an opportunity. Right. To be great, to see something different, to know something different. So.
And even with that, I gotta point out to you that I was facilitating a group of 18 to 24-year-olds, and ain't no telling how long it's been they actually did this, but it's basically like art therapy. You know what I'm saying? So you put on some music or just let them chill or relax, and they got markers, they got, crayons, color pencils, and I had them a giant board, and I told them, think of something peaceful, something like that. And it's about a good 10 young men coloring for a good 30. Some of them didn't even want to stop. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a long time. But the studies, because me going back to school, I already know the studies of what art therapy does. It brings you back to a peaceful level. It brings you back to that child, ways where you thought about nothing. You thought about coloring in the line. You thought about what color brings me happiness and joy, I'm gonna write, or color blue,
Right.
whatever it was, you know. So if we had more of that, which they're taking less time or something like that out of school, you know, if we had more of that, you'll have some people to calm down. You'll have some people to actually relax.
Give them something to express
You know?
themselves with.
Yeah. Yep. And that's a hobby, you know, in which you can turn into being, you know, or selling your stuff
Being
on
an
eBay and
entrepreneur or
all of this
whatever.
other stuff. Yes. It's simple, but they're
It's
making
simple,
it hard.
yeah.
They're
It's-
making it hard.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's hard at times, but it's not that hard.
I believe this system and this cycle was built, or it should have only lasted so many years. It shouldn't have lasted 100 or however many years it's been going on. This system is trash. And I said it the other day. This system is trash. I'm not going to cuss, but it's basically built to either make you, you know, go crazy, kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically, it's just you, or you gonna go to jail. That's the only three things this system gonna do. And you gotta find your positive happiness in there somewhere, but they don't give you those things anymore after a while. You like, I'm doing 7:30 to 4:30 every day at work. I gotta go pick up the kids now. I don't have anything to do but cook the food and go to sleep. Well, your passion was in art and poetry or welding or, you know, sewing some clothes, and you don't even do that anymore. Now your positivity is gone.
You gotta take the time though.
Yep.
You gotta make time. You make time to de-stress, to have
Mhm.
that day. Like I was just talking to somebody earlier,
Mhm.
and I was like, sometimes I turn off my phone.
Mhm. Mhm.
Do not disturb on the social media and all that stuff, and
Mhm.
just take time for you. Like you
Mhm.
can't pour
Mhm.
into nothing until you pour into yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta take that time to do what you love.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna be depressed and miserable and
Yeah.
not effective in what you're supposed to be doing. Even if you love your job, you're gonna be ineffective if
Right,
you don't take
right.
those times. So
Yeah.
you gotta
Right.
find time, make time,
Yeah.
prioritize that
Right.
because it's important.
Right. Right. Right.
Even if you're not good at certain stuff, you
Mhm.
gotta make time for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if that's what you love, you can't rap, but you like to rap. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Make
Try.
time to de-stress yourself.
Right. Right. And then we need to start giving those hobbies and
Passing it on to the
opportunities
kids.
in order, yeah, for the kids, you know. So this is an idea, but you know, I want to try to do like a little fundraiser soon. But you know, I want to start giving back to, you know, certain community groups or leaders or something. I don't know yet, but I want the youth to have something to do, you know, around town. I
Yeah.
want them to be able to sit down and just be like, I don't want to, you know, I just want to
Even if
color.
they just
I
play
just
video
wanna-
games or something.
I just want to do something.
We need an activity center.
So, I mean,
Youth facility.
I'm gonna do a fundraiser soon. Y'all mark my word. You know, I'm gonna do a fundraiser soon. We're gonna do it over the radio like they do any other, you know, state and city. And we're gonna try to come up with some money and try to get something going. You know, to like make a difference and make a change. You know, I ain't on the air for nothing.
Right.
You know, so I gotta keep pushing back and giving that positivity to the community and the audience, you know, because most of the time it's for the kids, it's for the youth. It's not really for me because
Clearly.
I'm
Do you think
I'm
wanted
finna be
do,
35.
I didn't want to be none of this. I'm doing this so I can help them see you can be something better. You can be greater.
yeah
You can
yeah
use your voice in a positive way, and you ain't gotta be what they say you
right
be.
right
So
yeah
they encourage me a lot.
mhm mhm yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out some ways to help them out.
Okay. Yes, great. I got some more questions. I know I do.
Somebody asked a question on there.
What? Somebody asked a question. Hold on. Don't tell me it was something about Prairie Center.
Who knows?
You gonna tell your people out there again, Helen.
Oh, yeah. They was just talking about art therapy being a
Okay.
great outlet, you know. I studied that, came across it just due to the fact that I meshed my trauma reduction strategies, art therapy. Now I'm in mindfulness. I got a plan for all of the stuff that I'm doing.
I'm gonna introduce that to my kids.
Mindfulness?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
We had to plan out our year.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start introducing it now because they kind of know me now.
Yes.
Like, this is great.
It's gonna be wonderful. Even if you could do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They even got body scans. I'm going through a class right now, but I've been in a mindfulness retreat. Oh my gosh. I was just sitting there doing all this breathing. I fell asleep, passed out and everything, and it's just like eye opener. It feels great. So mindfulness is like sweeping across the country like crazy. A lot of people will be doing this more and more, but I know for a fact that I'm in the lead. I'm ready to bring it to the community. I'm Black, doing mindfulness. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to start doing and showing these people that it actually works. It will actually reduce some of these problems. You know what I'm saying? At school, if you have 10 minutes in class, just to break it up. If you tell the kids, sit down, let's just take a breather, put the music on, get some breathing going, they gonna reset.
It's like yoga. I mean, meditation, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So you teaching meditation, or we gonna start teaching them?
We teaching little by little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Different
But some
things,
people think it's
because everything don't work for everybody.
Yeah, most
No.
definitely.
So you gotta find what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just sitting there sometimes quiet with nothing helps.
Yeah. Yeah. And you ain't gotta do nothing. Just tell them, put everything down, sit down, and boom.
Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Turn your phone
Boom.
off. Put your phone down.
Yep.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Yep. And if you do it for so long, they're gonna start doing it. We're like, Mom, we went and we just had a little reset. That's all. A little reset. Yes.
Everybody sit down. We resetting our day.
Yep. And put some music on. By the time that white noise come on and hit you, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
For real.
We got another guest.
I'm
in
for
here.
it. I'm for it, man.
We got
Do
another
it.
guest. We got Darren.
We got a guest.
We got Darren popped up today.
Okay.
I just got a question for him.
Okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
Darian, right?
Yep. I just want to know what you think about what's going on in these schools today at Atlanta. The situation that's going on.
I heard what happened, but I don't really know the full gist. I just know like 4 people got walked out or whatever. It was like a big fight or something like that. I mean, there's fights at every school. That's the thing that happens. So it's how they mandate it, how they control it that matters, if you ask me. I'm not really sure. I'm not really big into what really happened, what went on, but can you tell me like what happened?
I don't know what happened. I'm asking you. My questions are tight.
Oh, sure.
But tell people who you are.
My name is Darian Herman. I go by Herm for the people that know me. From Champaign. I'm a part of First Followers. Tiger told me to come down here, just chop it up with the radio station real quick. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There was 2 times you were supposed to come in here. You know what I'm saying? The first time I had to reschedule. The second time, hush, don't be telling me what to do. Kiki, there you go, trying to tell me what to do, y'all. I swear, I'm gonna get rid of him, man. I'm gonna announce a replacement soon. You know what I'm saying? Keep y'all eyes and ears open. I'm gonna find a replacement soon, all right? You know I gotta keep it going. But 2 times you were supposed to come up here. The first time it was my fault. The second time I think it was something that came up.
It was like snowing or something.
Yeah, it was something weird and crazy. So you wasn't able to get here. I'm glad you showed up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I do be seeing you on Instagram.
Yeah.
You be cutting it up, don't you? That first video, I was like, whoa, okay, look at him. So what you be doing on Instagram?
I just started dropping music on some just a hobby type of thing, just seeing where it's gonna go and just having fun with it right now. So I had dropped a freestyle yesterday. Follow me on IG, Young Boy Herm.
Yeah,
So,
Young Boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was dope. Was it clean? It was clean, wasn't it?
As in, like, not...
Meaning, like, not a lot of,
I'll say a
cuss
couple...
words.
Yeah, I'm not, like, talking trashy.
Yeah.
I'll talk my stuff on there. So.
Yeah, I think it was pretty... What I seen, it was dope. I liked it. And, it wasn't all that bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah.
So, kudos. Hats off to you, man. For real. For real. How old are you?
23.
23.
Yeah. I just graduated from NIU, so...
That's what's up.
Okay. All right. So, you being in the community, dealing with first followers, like, are you trying to be that advocate, that mentor? What are you doing?
Well, I had got involved with first followers because I had my own stuff going on, and first followers is like really helpful for anybody that's dealing with like the criminal justice system, especially for young black men. And so I had my own stuff going on, but as I'm moving on, like Marlon is my mentor, and so he's helping me try to talk to the people that's coming in and, be an advocate for them too. So that's pretty much what's going on with me and first followers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on the youth and the violence? And then I'm going to ask Chelsea as well. Kelsey, sorry. Dang, I put an H on you.
Champagne.
People keep doing that, so I knew that.
Kelsey.
You ain't mad?
That was off.
I've been doing that my whole life.
So basically it's like, what's your thoughts on youth and violence? And then what can we do as a community to unify?
It's hot. It's hot in here.
You just hot. Just shut up. Dang, hush over there. Burning up.
You talking about in Champagne or like overall?
Yeah. You can say overall whatever, because we know it's a national thing. It's worldwide with the youth and the violence. Period. So what's your outlook or what's your ideas? What do you
say? Like, it's different now than it was back then because social media. So a lot of people like you could talk trash back then, but somebody would have to hear it, like word on the street type stuff. Now it's like you can literally talk trash online, and that's gonna upset the other person or the other group of people that you taunt or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, people retaliate. It's a lot of deaths going on, especially up in the city up north. It's like a lot of wars going on, for real. And so I think the same with, like she said earlier, like up in the city, like they just need something to do. Like they need they need better outlets and better figures to look up to, I'd say. And it's a lot of people, and that's not to take away from the people that are like doing a great job in the community. It's a lot of like nonprofits that's helping out, and it's a lot of figureheads like Chance and Common and stuff like that. People like them that are like setting a good example. But as far as everything, it's a lot of bad influence. And I will say the music might have something to do with that, but it's up to people to be their own person. You know, you can turn up, but if you really letting this make you into just a negative person, like music is strong. It's a lot of energy in music. It's a lot of energy in music, so it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you to really like be your own person and just, you know.
Are you from here?
Yeah, I'm from Champagne, but I just, like I said, I just came from up north, so I know a lot of people from the city too. Okay. So
I got a question for Kelsey.
All right.
Would you ever consider like talking?
Hey, she was supposed to answer my question. You always do that. Okay, go on ahead.
I'm gonna be quiet. If I get fired,
He's funny.
I'm gonna get fired. I gotta be quiet.
Shut up.
The question about violence?
Yeah.
What
so,
exactly
what's your thoughts on youth and violence? You know, like, no. You already answered that question.
I was going to say, I kind of
the unification part. So, what can we do in order to bring together, you know, the youth or the youth and the elderly? Because it's a disconnect. It's like, you know, the middle person will be like me. I'm in the middle of the older generation and then the younger generation. So I'm like the middleman. What can we do to like get me out of the way to where my kids can talk about or talk to someone older?
Honestly, I'm trying to figure that out myself because I do notice that a lot of times it takes for us younger adults to step into the middle and be the mediator.
Okay.
But I also know that you can't, like, old school still work, but it don't work for everything the same way.
For sure.
If it makes sense.
Sure.
So, like, a lot of older people are set in their ways of knowing that people parent their kids and like the way that they grew up.
Right.
But you got to look at the way that these kids are growing up.
Yeah.
Have some compassion in your heart towards the situation.
Yeah.
Listen to where they're coming from.
Right.
And then figure out ask them, what do you want to do?
Right.
What is your passion? How can I help you get where you want to be? You can't tell nobody which path to go down. Like I love going to school. I graduated from college twice, but that might not be everybody's path.
Right.
So what do you want to do? If you want to go to the military, well, how can I help you get there? Or if you want to do a trade, how can I help you get there?
Right.
Don't just try to focus on making them what you want them to be.
Yeah.
But listen to them and care about them enough to coach them in a direction that they need to be in.
Okay. Go on ahead with your question now.
Would you ever consider working with older kids, like high school kids?
My favorite.
Your favorite?
My favorite group.
So when you gonna start doing it?
We gotta, I'm just moving through life and letting life happen how it happened. I can't control everything, and I do mentor kids. I mentor all kinds of kids. I go get kids, hang out with them. If they say they need time, I give them time. But right now, this is where God got me for now. It's not an end all be all, because I'll be somewhere else. So you just gotta go with the flow of life and be available. I'm available to them. Some of them got my number. Some of them got me on Facebook. They see me in the community. They stop me and talk to me. So I would love to work with high school kids, but gotta start where I'm at right now. So we'll see. I don't know. God do what He do. So let it flow.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm happy. You know, when I get that energy in the room, I be ready to go. I swear. I feel the energy, and it's just like I've been on fire all day, for real. I've been on fire. I had one meeting. It just blew me out the water and got me back in the lab trying to cook some stuff up so I could, you know what I'm saying, present it to the world, you know. But I'm just happy and proud that I at least am able to be that middleman for the community. You know what I'm saying? We got a younger male, brown male in here that's really trying to change. You know what I'm saying? And that one can also lead 5 more to come, you know, on the positive side.
Planting a seed. Plant the seed, somebody else water the seed, and then eventually the seed sprout up and be a tree. So you gotta start with you first and then go out and help other people.
For sure.
That's what's up.
Yes, man. Yes. I didn't do my disclaimer or whatever, but you know where you tuned in at. This is 104.5 WRFU. All right, this is an open forum for Urbana-Champaign and our online community. Views expressed are those of the speakers and are not intended to represent WRFU, UC, IMC, or Urbana Socialist Forum. We only got a couple more minutes left. Whatever you want to do, you talking crap, Kiki over there? Cause you can get it. You can get it. Okay. He don't never want to be on the camera, but you know you can still get it.
You got a poem you want to say?
Y'all want me to drop something?
Yeah, drop something. We want to hear your poetry. Let me hear your poetry. I got something for Darren next.
I got one. It's everybody's favorite. It's my favorite too. It's called The 4th of September. Okay. For her heart longed to give its love to a soul. Not just any soul, but the mate to hers. A match to her swag, the flow to her beat, waiting for her black king. In her past, she experienced a whole lot of brothers who had not yet tapped into kingship. You know, men who talk that yin-yang and bump their guns about what they want, all along lips potent with lies. And her intuition always revealed their intentions. She grew weary. She stopped believing he existed. On top of the fear of giving over her power and being nakedly exposed, she feared being disappointed. Cheating her heart out of truly living, thriving, beating, pumping blood to these organs of love. She was dying to experience something real. As years passed, disappointment built defenses, causing denial of the very thing she wanted. It wasn't until the 24th year she decided to stop running, pull the walls down and say, when love knocks, baby, I'm answered. There she stood, slightly afraid, but still courageous enough to finally say, I want it.
Oh, wee.
Got down.
Lovely.
No wonder
Oh,
y'all get
yeah.
along.
You need to be at Soul on Sunday, and it will be later on this month.
I'm
I
working
will
on that.
be there.
Did you listen to that poem?
Please.
She talked about love.
You got to. That's who I
I
am.
just rolled my eyes at you.
That's who I am.
Don't
She
start.
talk. No, you ain't heard
Okay.
poem. You ain't
Don't
heard
She
poem.
I seen a little bit.
Oh.
She's snapping. She snapped.
Don't start, Kiki.
She went in.
Right? But I love that. Some people really don't get the poetry and they can't dig down in deep and picture it and visualize certain things. Some things just go over people's head.
Yeah, it ain't for
And when I
everybody.
performed last time at the Soul on Sunday, it was pretty big, but it went over a lot of people's head, my first poem. And it was just like they were looking for that second poem, the one that was like more hurtful with the pain and the suffering, you know.
Because sometimes you gotta cater to the crowd's needs.
Oh my gosh,
You
I didn't
gotta
like
feel
that.
their energy.
You know,
But it's
yeah,
it's
I'd
it's
rather
a part
like
of
the
the artistry,
intimate,
though.
smaller crowd where they
Not like
actually
real
get
poem.
what I'm saying, and I
Yeah.
love that one. That one was real
So you
good.
got the copy of that? It was
That
still-
one was good.
You know, you can't steal it because it's
Nah.
copywritten in my name.
All right, all right, all
So
right.
Dan, you mentioned
Gonna learn
Marlon.
today.
So how Marlon get?
You got to slide up.
Yeah, that's why I screwed it over.
So you part of the Go Mad program?
Yeah.
What is your work? What you do for the Go Mad? Explain the Go
I'm
Mad program,
basically-
people. Explain to them.
So the Go Mad program is a part of First Followers, and basically they help young black men who have encountered the justice system, and just helping them stay on their feet with that journey or whatever they're going through within that, because it's basically when you in the justice system, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say they set you up for failure, but it's really hard to get.
Oh no, you can say that. Go ahead. Ain't no kind of.
They set you up for failure.
Yes,
and
thank you.
It's really hard to get through certain things, whether it be getting to court or having a public defender, certain things like that. And so basically it's a program to help young black men and to just get through that. And like this past weekend we had an event where we watched the Khalif Browder story on Netflix. And if you really want to know about something and how unfair the justice system is, watch that story, because that was my first time seeing it. I didn't know who he was or what was to him, but that was my first time ever hearing that story. Basically, long story short, a 16-year-old boy got charged for stealing a backpack, and then they sent him to Rikers Island. This was in New York.
Whoa.
They sent him to Rikers Island, and basically they kept on pushing his court case, his court cases back, and they did that like 30 plus times. And so when you in there, you basically gotta fend for yourself, and he ended up in solitary confinement for over 400 days. And basically solitary confinement, if they put you in there, that's basically saying we about to give you a mental illness, because they did in the movie, they talked about the documentary, they talk about how solitary confinement it really screws up your brain. Like it really screws up your brain. And so whole time this dude was innocent, and he wanted the justice system to work for him so bad, and he didn't want to take the plea. And so he was there for 3 years. He finally got out, and he was so screwed up, and he ended up taking his life. And it was just
I think I googled that or something. I didn't watch the movie or whatever, but I think I seen something like that.
Yeah. And they just gave the family a settlement, I think like this month. I think like last month they gave the family a settlement of $3 million, but who cares about that?
Rolling my
I
You know what I'm
eyes.
saying?
That ain't enough for nobody's life. You can't bring my son back, my brother back. You can't bring my uncle back. You know, he could have had some kids or something. $3 million.
Yeah. And he went in when he was 16, and this was over a backpack. And so
That he didn't even steal.
He didn't even steal.
Oof.
And so that's just one case.
And they made money off of him while he was sitting there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Because the prison
That's the system.
The prison system is an industrial complex in which they're making money. So that, you know, we could
People
talk
buying
about prison
stocks and all type of stuff.
Yeah, we could talk about prison reform, but at the end of the day, it's a group of people who are making money from people going to jail. I just read something. They opened up a prison somewhere, a youth prison. They spent $35 million on it, a youth prison, and it's like,
and they got to make that money back.
So they have to fill up those spots.
Yeah,
and so
they got to make their money back. They spent 35, but then they got to make money back. So then they start shipping the kids off and rotating them like stock. Like I got 10,000 on this person, send them over here. You know, but Rikers Island, I even know that place is rough.
Yeah, they said
you feel me?
Super rough. Just from what I've seen in the documentaries.
This stuff pisses me off, and that's why I'm on the radio to voice my opinion, but at the same time, I want people to back me up on certain issues when, hey, we already know this system, it doesn't work. It wasn't built for us, but it doesn't work. And everybody's failing now, not just black people. Everybody's failing with this system. Even I had to tell my daughter how this system worked with her going to school and me going to work. You feel me? I had to tell her and break it down to her and let her know that, hey, it's what you supposed to do. I know you getting bad grades. And I'm going to be honest, she getting bad grades because this system is failing her. You feel me? It's not built for these kids nowadays. It's not. You know? It's not built for them.
It's messing up. It's messing up people who are disenfranchised in general, whether you black, brown, white, poor. Like, it's not built for you to succeed, and that's not only just the prison system, it's the education too.
Schools too.
That entwines with it.
The world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's the education, it's everything. So like if you're not getting a good education, or if you don't have access to a good education, you're not gonna know what to do out here. You're just gonna mess up just based off of your lack of knowledge for how to act. And that also goes with poverty. Basically, you're not getting fed at home. You're not even going to be motivated to go to school. So it all entwines together. So it's a huge vortex of things that needs to be fixed together, but they all need to be worked on independently, if you ask me.
For sure, man, for sure. I'm happy that you guys came up here, period. I'm glad that we talked about these things that are going on and that have been going on for years, you know, and it's just like we talk about the community things so we can at least get more people involved, because I'm only one of the workers, or I'm only one of the servants. You know, and we have a lot of people that are doing a lot of things. So Kelsey came in here and just basically listed everything that she possibly does in the community. But then we get one person and they only have one hat. It's time to have more than one hat in this community, period. We cannot keep going on with this one hat mentality. You need to have more than one hat. You need to be able to like pick up and go at any second to serve somebody else's kid, to pick somebody else's kid up, to be that other or that second mom, dad, or something for that other kid. And that's how the unification can be something that is that can break down these obstacles and walls that are presented to us on a daily. And I know I was talking to somebody earlier where we will always have these problems because we got people higher up in the community that are not, that we ain't even got to say they ain't of color, because they the same color as us. They got a boss up there and they like, that ain't going, it ain't happening in here. You feel me?
In the documentary I was just talking about, the Khalif Browder story, one of the judges that he was dealing with was a black woman, and she pushed his case back like 3 times after him had already been in there like a year. And they asked her about it. They're like, what is going through your mind? Like, do you take responsibility for this man's death? She was like, well, I think we all had a play in it,
Mhm.
which is true. But it's like, how can you just brush that off?
Yep.
And so,
That's why I was googling something. I was like, I was mention about that. It was a cash for kids scandal in Pennsylvania back in about 10 years. No, about 10 years ago. Well, anyway, I was in federal prison with the judge. That was part of that cash for kids scandal.
Okay.
And he was telling us how they was doing it.
Oh wow.
How him and the prosecutor they had set up things, and they get a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
To send these kids, but they got popped off. You know,
Right.
get popped off.
Right.
He ended up getting like 30-some years for it.
Okay.
But it is true how they do the cash for kids scandal, especially with the youth, young Asiatic brothers, as y'all call African Americans out here. They set up a system for first time. They had something going for first time offender. You gotta look it up. I ain't got time to read the whole thing. But they had a system that they would just send them to juvenile because they was getting paid. They was getting a setback. They was getting money back for it,
like commission.
It was a big thing going on. It's called kids for cash scandal, and it's true how they do it, how they set it up for us to lose like that. But they also were doing Caucasian kids. That what brought it to light. They started doing Caucasian kids like that. See what I'm saying? When they started doing their own, then when they start, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what they talking about. This is what the guy talking about his mouth. This is what the judge about. He said when we started dealing with Caucasian kids, that's when the light woke up. Everybody got to talking about, oh, y'all can't do that.
Y'all can't do that.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like that.
Wow. Well, hey, the internet exposes a lot of truths and a lot of lies too. You know. We have to do our own research, and we have to make sure that we are aware of ourselves. And most of the time, we know the truth. You know what I'm saying? We can find the truth, and we can see that person has this energy that is not like yours, and it's like you're lying. You know, you're negative. I'm sorry about that, y'all. You know, people know I'm at work, even though I don't get paid to do this. But yeah.
But one thing that I'm wondering about with the whole justice system thing is, they hear us. You know what I'm saying? They hear what we are like reaching out for, but they just not doing anything about it. Because it was at one point where we didn't have cameras, but we knew what was going on, and now we have cameras, and they showing what's going on, and still nothing's happening about it. You know.
But what can we do to make that possible and change?
That's what I'm, because I don't have no solution.
Okay.
It's just one thing that I'm wondering about.
Okay.
So
you got a solution? No.
Trying to figure it out.
Okay. I know a lot of people are saying that if that state representative, that person that we voted in, is not held accountable, take them out. So I'm letting y'all know that in Champaign-Urbana there's going to be a school board like election coming up real soon. Pay attention. All right, it's coming up real soon. If you don't like that person, you need to de-elect or get that person out of there in order to put somebody else in office. You know what I'm saying? That can actually be for us and do right by us. You know, and so this all does help. It does help. You know, because eventually we see all these brown and women that are in office right now with Trump, and they're putting the fire up under him. You feel me? And this is a different conversation, but they're putting a fire up under him. But at the same time, those local small communities, we need to make sure that they are held accountable too. You feel me? So it like trickles up, trickles down, all of it. Yeah. It's all, we got to know the game, you know, and this is all a game.
And youth, like, we got ready to go. Y'all want to plug y'all book and Instagrams again?
For sure.
My book is called Chapter 24, Her Heart. You can find it on Amazon or on my website, www.queencamillesheart24.com. And you can add me on Queendom Heart Poetry if you want to book me for events and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's me.
Oh, give me one motivational thing.
Oh, my motivational quotes are all about love. So, always lead with love. When you see people, leave them better than they came. Before you can teach them anything, you got to love them. All that.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and follow me on IG, Young Boy Harm. I'm probably gonna be dropping music. I'm very into like creative stuff, so me and my homies might be doing short films or whatever. But yeah, just stay tuned.
For sure, for sure. All right, thank y'all so much. What you got? I was finna say something.
Honesty. I heard this the other day. It was a good quote.
I can't hear you.
I heard this the other day. Honesty can keep a mistake from becoming big.
Oh, dang. Oh, okay. I ain't got nothing else to say with you.
I know
Okay?
you don't.
Oh, you know you.
Boom!
Drop the mic, huh? Okay. Anyway, you guys. So it is 7:30.
Like that,
We are signing out. This was Conscious Community
You ain't
Connections.
do
We
your-
had
you ain't do
Kiki
your
in
people or
here.
nothing
We
on the
had
mic.
Tiger in here.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
See
she
how she
came
don't like y'all?
in deep with
We
our
ain't nobody
family.
Yeah,
And
that's y'all
Young
here.
Herm over here, Darian. All right.
Ain't nobody
So
paying
this is Heather
support.
Javon. All right.
That's the
Damn.
special.
Right.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what
I'm
Me too.
out.
I've always like been on all that.
These my people, they don't like, I know them. That's why they with me. We don't like attention like that. I don't even like attention, but I ain't got no choice.
Yeah, you gonna have a attention to keep doing what you're doing.
I got no choice now.
Oh, wait.
That's what you get. You get you from homies that don't like all that
Yeah.
yin yang, so they ain't nothing there.
We take pictures afterwards.
Yeah.
All right.
It's optional.
That's fine.
You
Well, I
was
gotta
just
call
in
trouble,
here,
huh?
me and you, and you was good before everybody came.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. You might have to keep on your toes.
That's why you ain't got no case now.
I know you hate it. That was a good show, Kelsey.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
wonderful.
I got a
Yes.
couple people you might can talk to too.
About
I had a lady that from Denver. She did an expungement program for us.
oh wow.
So she's trying to get more stuff going. I like her. She's a good lady.
Yes.
And
Send-
she's just trying to do different events. Then I have another lady who ran for county clerk, and she's trying to.
She won?
She unfortunately she didn't. She won us, but I didn't. She doesn't win like the really like that.
Oh yeah. That whenever I go down that street, it just say Trump every time. I'm like, oh, God, leave.
So
Where
she
am I
one of them-
coming in
she
to?
low-key modern day Malcolm X. That's
Okay,
That's how I
okay.
feel about her. 'Cause
Okay.
she be in the office. We work at Project Success. She be in the office just going in. And
Okay. Yeah, I would love to. Just send me the information,
I'll check
and
with them.
yeah.
They should be willing.
Your people there again.
Yes. Who?
Your people.
Who is it? Shut up! I hope they not in there.
They is. I'm for real.
Meanwhile, you still live.
Still on?
Hey y'all! Bye bye. Dang. Why did you say something?
I didn't notice until
Dang.
he said
I'm
that.
out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope I ain't say too much or nothing. Yeah, you play too much.
Towards the window,